Hey you guys, welcome back. How are you guys doing? I'm doing fine, and it's good to be back, make you guys a video because I didn't make a video on Thursday, so it feels good to be back. And yeah, let's get started. I felt like today to do a chit chat with y'all. I love to do these chit chat videos. So as you all know, I'm going through this journey of becoming the better me and things that I'm learning or trying to figure out. I want to share that, so maybe somebody out there can relate to it as well, or maybe we can talk about these things. You can share it in the comments, and it's just always good to learn things. So since last year, I've been figure things out like in a spiritual way. I was interested in the Buddha and meditating and learning these things, so curious about it, so I feel like even passionate about it. I want to learn, and I love to help others as well, because through years now I go through I had like an anxiety and fears that's been holding me back to achieve things that I wanted out of life, and even it will cost you your peace because you always feel like worrying, stressing about things. So I think in this topic is very important to talk about these things, because the more you talk about it, you hear more people also have the same. And I believe when we can share our stories, we can learn from each other, and you will feel like less alone. You will not feel like, okay, there's something wrong with me, maybe I'm weird. And because I used to have those thoughts, I used to think, why do I have all these fears? Like, why can I not do these things? I'm a grown woman, and I will look at other people, what they were achieving and doing, and I was like, how come I am slow with this? How come I am this and that? So I was asking all these questions, which brought up more fears and more insecurities. So I did learn a lot with therapists, people that giving me help and advice. It's always good to have them around, and I appreciate it and grateful for it. In that time, I didn't even know what my therapist was talking about. I didn't know anything. And they do have this saying, at first you won't understand, but the more you do things, it will grow, and it will make sense after, if that makes sense. Another example, like stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something that you find scary, and but you're still doing it. You can say, it doesn't make sense, and each time you do it, it becomes better. I will not say easy, because it's still like I can still feel anxious even talking about this, even making this video, but it become like a routine, and you will find the courage. So as I'm sitting here talking in the camera, I can still feel like anxious, but I have to remind myself, just being me. I don't need, like I said in my other video, I don't need to pretend, I don't need to try anything. I just have to be me. And I keep saying so it's always good to seek for help if you have all these anxieties and it's stopping you for living your life. And it's always important to learn more and step out of your comfort zone, do what feels right. And it always holds us back, fears. That's why I always keep saying, that's why most people are not doing what they want to do, what is true in their heart. But that's why I really wanted to talk about this today, because like I said, last year, from a spiritual awakening, they will call it led me to learning more about the Buddha. But then from the Buddha, I was drawn more to God again, because I have in my years, younger years, I did believe in God, but I didn't pray a lot. I didn't spend time and learning more about God. So I always had this feeling, this thought, there is a God. I believe that, but me trying to know him more and learning more about it, I never did something about it. So yeah, I just feel like very, like I want to say this. If something inside of me feels like I want to share this. So when I was 18, I had my first like panic attack. I did not know what it was. I felt like I was going to die. So I felt like I was in this dark place and I couldn't see any lights, and I felt like I couldn't breathe, and it causes more panic and fears. And I remember that same night I went and knocked at my sister's door, and I think I told her, if I don't know what I'm feeling, but I feel like I'm gonna die, and I was panicking and I did not know what it was. So to make a long story short, she was staying there with me. Thank you. She's watching this video probably. She has been a good supporter and just a good sister to me. And I want to say how much I appreciate it. It's good to have somebody, a family or friends, somebody that they may not know exactly what you go through, but they're there to support you. And she has been a good supporter, like years now, and I can always talk good with her. So it's always good to have somebody that understands you and that can talk. There's a listening ear. So that gave me comfort. And so I have like 10 years of seeing therapists. So I did learn a lot. That's not to be saying like it will take for everybody 10 years, because for everybody's different. My advice is that when you do feel like you have a panic attack and it's holding you back on things in life, the more quicker you see help, I believe that is more better. I waited too long to get help with therapists. So that's my advice on that. And another thing that when I could look back, that I would do different, I would think about, I would pray, I would try to see and learn more about God. That's my advice, because I want to read some Bible verses about fears. And when I think about how I felt back then, I would believe that this would have been a good help, because back at that time I did something, felt like I have to put my faith and I need to focus on God. But I felt like I did that halfway. So I wasn't doing the praying as much. I didn't seek God. Anybody that's dealing with anxieties that much and fears, I will say, pray to God and learn more. Try to learn more who God is. I'm going to read some Bible verses. Psalm 23:4. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Why I believe that seeking God is good, because of course He's God. He knows us better than we know ourselves. He's there to help us and guide us. He's not a God that wants us to live in fear. He is a God that wants us to live to boldness, power. He wants us to use our power for the good. And, He wants us to have more confidence through Him. He comforts us. He is there when we are scared, even though sometimes you feel like you don't know, you don't feel. That's when the moments you have to pray and talk with God. It can give you, the more you do it, maybe first when you try it, you'll be like, okay, it's just like trying everything else. You have to feel, and the more you do it, the more you will grow into it. So that's why I always say, where your focus goes, energy flows. So instead, we're watching all these things that's not feeding our brain, our soul for good. Why not take that time and pray to God when you feel fear? And that's not to say that I still don't experience fears and panic attacks, and But then I remind myself that God is with me, and it will give me a good feeling because I know He is with me. And even though I go through things I don't know, I know that God will guide me. It's not up to us to know everything, like I say. In that moment, it doesn't make any sense what we're doing, what we want to do, because it's God's will. Another verse is Isaiah 41:13. For I, the Lord, your God, hold your right hand. It is I who say to you, fear not, I am the one who helps you. It brings such a comfort even reading it. So yes, I don't know it all, but I'm still learning, and I feel good talking about this because it helps me in a way that I feel peace. I feel it's good to know, even though we can't see God, it's good to feel because He is with us. And just putting your hands on your heart and just close your eyes. When you feel in that moment all these fear and worries, and you don't know what to do, and you feel stuck and anxious, that it holds you back to being happy even and enjoy your life and just enjoying moments. It holds you back, and I know because I go through it as well. But just feeling that there is God who cares for you and He loves you, and that you are alive, you have a purpose here. Just feel God's presence. Know that He loves you. So instead that we are worrying, even I have that still sometimes. But then I go back and remember, even if that's through praying, reading the Bible, or even on YouTube, you have lots of videos that teach you about the Bible, meditation. You will learn that you can give all your worries to God. If you feel like you're struggling, you don't know this, you don't know how it's going to happen, God will make a way. He always do. Sometimes we are in a situation we don't know how we're going to get out of it. It feels like it's never ending. Just knowing God is going to help you through it. And He is there to comfort you. And we will rejoice every day, even through in bad situations, moments. I want to say to you, whoever's listening to this, is that knowing you can talk to God about anything. And it's not up to you to worry, because surrender to God, give Him all your worries and concerns. You don't have to carry all those weights on you. All you need to do is trust and believe in God. Because in the end, God only wants us to learn and to grow. Not by getting successful, only money and material things. In the end, what matters is what's in our heart. Because when we gonna leave this earth, we're not gonna take money or cars, nothing from here. What is important that we learn how to be, how we treat others, how we treat ourselves. God loves us. He forgives us. We have to learn these things as well, how to love and grow and forgive others and ourselves. Wow, I get carried away with that. Yeah, I have spending like the whole morning meditating, and just I feel good. I feel good. That's all I can say. I feel a certain peace. I don't know if y'all can feel that as well. Hopefully, So as I was saying, I keep saying even though I have anxiety, and my therapist, they said, you know, it's an anxiety disorder, my fears has kept me so long and holding me back on things that I wanted in life. But I feel like each step I'm gonna do this, and I don't want fear to hold me back anymore. And yes, there are gonna be days that, you know, I still gonna have this fear, but I believe, trying to have the mindset of, yes, okay, I feel these fears, but I'm gonna switch that as soon as possible as I can. I'm not gonna dwell in it, and I'm gonna seek God and pray. So that is what I believe, and that's what I want to tell. I will read the Bible. If you have all these fear and worries, pray to God and surrender it all to Him. Surrender yourself to Him and get to know God. And even example, like I went on Tuesday, I went with my son at this school trip he had, and I felt scared. I felt worried because my first thought was, it's going to be busy. And I'm afraid I'm going to have a panic attack because I'm going to be in the bus. It's going to be busy with all these kids. So it was busy in the bus. I felt a panic attack was coming. But then I look at my son, and then I thought, you know, he's going to be sad. And I don't know, like when you will feel a certain, you know, through God, He will make you feel that you can do things even though you feel scared. You're gonna do things. You're gonna step out of your comfort zone. You're gonna try things that you're afraid of. It's not gonna happen all like exactly like a big step. It can happen in these little steps. It's little step for other people, but for me it was big. So you will be more aware of these things that you're doing, and you will know it's through God, everything, like, and then you will be just more, you will see these things, and you will be just more grateful. And well, I want to show you all this plan that I had from my other therapist, and it was very little, and she gave me this as a symbol of me growing. So this is something nice and sweet of her. So I just wanted to share this, that my plant is growing. So I am growing, and just want to share that, my little plant. So I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna end this video here. Hopefully this video helped with some information. And I'm gonna see y'all the next time. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend, a blessing weekend filled with love and joy and happiness and peace. And thank you guys for watching.